Are you looking to customize your waiting room in Zoom Meeting? Well, this is a new feature as of April 2024 with Zoom 6.0, and I'm going to walk you through what kind of features you can do and show you exactly how to do it in Zoom. Before we jump into it, I'm Logan Clements. I'm a freelance event producer based in Seattle, Washington, but I execute events here and all over the world. I do want to remind you to like, subscribe, turn on that little notification bell so you get notified every single Monday when I drop new videos. I'm also the co-host of the Better Events podcast with fellow event pro Mary Davidson. There we drop new episodes every single Wednesday. Those are longer episodes than what you see here on YouTube. We dive into all kinds of topics like, is Zoom dead? What do you do as a stage manager? What are our finances like as small business owners? Give it a listen wherever you listen to podcasts. Okay, so I am going to go down in the show notes. I'll try to link a card above to my video that I released 2 weeks ago that was all about the new 6.0 update for Zoom. So if you haven't done that yet, you are not going to see the features that I'm talking about. I am also going to be using a Mac like I do in all my other videos, and I am also paying for the Pro plan. So in Zoom, that is the one step up from free. So it's not free, but it's Pro. So everything I'm showing you I know is available for Pro and beyond, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that on Zoom. All right, so here we are in Zoom, and you can get to this page just by typing zoom.com and then logging into your Zoom account. When you first log in, you're going to be on this home screen that kind of gives you a couple different pieces of information. You're going to then want to scroll down on the left, keep scrolling down until you have settings. Click. And then one of the beautiful features here I love is that you can always search for keywords here in your settings. But for this purposes, I know it's pretty close to the top. So make sure you've clicked meeting. You can see it's highlighted in blue. So that means I've clicked it. And then you're going to scroll down to waiting room. Now, first step is you want to make sure your waiting room's enabled to be able to customize it. So you can see here in Zoom, our magical color is blue. If it's blue, that means it's on. If you toggle it off, you don't have a waiting room anymore. So you toggle it on. Then you can see down here, there are some options. So everyone will go to the waiting room, and people in waiting room are sorted by join order. So first you can look if you want to edit your options. These are also a couple updates, which I love. So new options that you can see here, everyone goes to your waiting room. This is kind of cool here. These two other options, I haven't seen those before this update, is you can actually now designate who doesn't go to the waiting room. So I would say these two other options of users not in your account or who are not in your account and not part of your whitelisted domains. This is great if you use your Zoom a lot as like a company or an organization and you want to allow your internal people to join your call no matter what, but maybe anybody external has to wait in a waiting room until you're ready for them. For me, for what I do, I'm always going to keep it to everyone. And then this is really cool, and a new feature is that you can do it in join order or alphabetical, which honestly, I'll keep mine in join order for now. Alphabetical, I will probably use during my next event I'm in Zoom because that just makes it so much easier to find people if you're specifically looking to let some folks into your Zoom meeting earlier. There's also some more options down here, but you can say if they were invited, they can completely bypass it, which is a cool feature. Or you can allow people also now to talk back to host and co-host. I'm actually you can see here. So one of the cool things, if you actually check here, I'd say it's but it's also a drawback. You can see this little alert. It says now, by enabling this, all participants with older versions will be asked to upgrade before joining the meeting, because this is such a new feature that it actually will not allow people who have not upgraded to even join your meeting. So for that reason, I'm not going to click it right now because I found a lot of people don't keep their accounts up to date. And then here it has another fun option, which again, you can move and see, you can move participants in the waiting room if you drop unexpectedly, or you can move them to the waiting room if I leave during the meeting, which is kind of cool. But anyway, I'm not going to change any of these because I love the settings that I have now. And so now what you've been waiting for, how to customize your waiting room. Zoom is now letting you customize the title for your session. So let's just say sample title. And you can see where that appeared. That appeared here in this darker blue text. That is what I customize. This meeting topic, that is going to be set to whatever your title of your Zoom meeting is. A lot of times mine are, just meeting Logan and Megan or anything like that. This schedule you can't edit, but you can edit what it says here. So I could make it, and then here you can just select what they're going to see. So the default screen, which is here, there's just that blue Zoom workplace. You can also select a logo, which I think is such a fun idea. Very creative here with my sample logo. You can also enter this is a test description. So the cool part here and what you just saw is Zoom does auto size it. So you can see here if I take away my description, it's just my logo nice and big with the title of my Zoom, my Zoom room, which again, you could make this your company name. You could really make it anything, or you can add in a description and it'll just make it nice and small with your logo. The cool application for this, I feel like, is for someone who uses their Zoom for very specific things, or if you want to add your own personalized touch to your Zoom. Another option here it has is that you can load a video. So now we've updated a nice little, this is one of my run of shows that I had for a project I was on. And you can see here that it would just be, you can play, looks like you can put some video sound on it. And it can't be more than 30 megabits though, so it can't be a really big video file, hence why that was such a random thing for me to find. And then you can also just make it an image, which I think this is probably going to be the best or maybe most common use for this. I think the logo and description's a really nice touch, but here you can also, by just putting an image, it can be whatever you want in your look and feel. You can see here it's asking for up to 1 megabit, minimum height 400 by 200. So it's just your kind of normal presentation ratio. There's an image that I had from one of my Zoom tips video. So you can see it kind of gets overlaid. So you'd have to figure out and factor in where you want your title. You can also just not even have a title, like I don't have it here. So I'm going to actually undo this. I'm going to go back to default screen. How is that applicable to some people? I would say, again, if you have a specific use for your Zoom room or you really want to customize it to your brand or your company, I think my one caveat with this new feature is it does customize your waiting room, it seems like, for all meetings. And so as someone that I often work with a bunch of different companies, I sometimes work for different companies, this one's going to be a hard one for me to really customize just because I use Zoom so much that I don't think I will remember to change my waiting room. But if you are someone who works full-time for a company or only uses your Zoom account for one company, I think this is a great way to personalize Zoom and let folks know that they're in the right place and potentially do some extra marketing if that's your style. Well, thank you so much for listening. I'm Logan Clements. I'm a freelance event producer based out of Seattle, Washington, but I execute events here and all over the world. I really want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.